Double RT Boxing, ready talk boxing. Yes, it is that show, the Double RT Boxing Show, with your host, Mr.A. That is me. I am Mr.A. This 16th, the Errol Spence versus Carlos Ocampo. That is coming up, and everyone's anticipating what Errol Spence is going to do during his homecoming fight, especially since the spectacular performance that Terrence Crawford put on. Everyone's just already biting their fingers off, counting down the days to those two fight. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We are here to talk about the undercard of that fight. Now, I already did a video, a breakdown and prediction on Adrian Granados taking on Javier Fortuna. That fight should be a fucking back and forth action. Someone's getting knocked out in that fight. I don't think that fight is going to go the distance. You know, it has a chance to, but I think those guys just throw too many punches, not enough defense, and they're headhunters. I think it's going to be a TKO. A referee stop is going to stop somebody, and someone's going to complain that it shouldn't get stopped. Now, if you want more complete information on my views of that fight, go check it out. Adrian Granados versus Javier Fortuna. It's towards the end of season 1. Now, what I do feel, I know the title says breakdown and prediction, Daniel Roman versus Moises Flores. That's what we're going to get to. I just want to talk a little bit of the undercard. So hold your horses. Hold it just a little bit. Who I do feel sorry for on this undercard is your Dennis Ugas. I don't think he's going to make the televised card. He's fighting in an 8-rounder. Now, the fact that it's in Errol Spence's hometown, I would have loved for Dennis Ugas to make the final televised cut. You know, because this could be another opponent in Dallas for Errol Spence. This could be another fight, a homecoming fight, another home fight. Your Dennis Ugas is number 2 in IBF. He's going to have an Errol Spence fight real soon. That's probably why he's on that card. Stay busy, stay on the same timeline as Errol Spence, because even though Errol Spence is granted the winner of the Sean Porter and Danny Garcia, who knows when they're going to be willing to stay or take that fight. So are they going to try and freeze and wait Errol Spence out, you know? And it's Errol Spence, but like, you know, I'm not going to wait a whole year and not stay inactive. Number 2, Ugas is right there. So I would like to see him make that higher spot on the crowd, because considering I don't know how late the arrival of that crowd is going to be, but since I think they're going to come out pretty early to support this fight card, and it would have been a lot of Errol Spence fans there to see a future opponent in your Dennis Ugas, and the dude's a good fighter, so it would have been nice to see him get a little shine light. So like I said, he's fighting an 8th rounder, so hopefully it's still a good amount of crowd to watch him. So they're like, oh shit, I remember that guy. Oh, Errol Spence got to fight him. Oh, that's gonna be it'd be an easy fight to sell. Now, moving on to why you clicked on to the show and you tuned in for this breakdown and prediction of the Super Bantamweight WBA champion Daniel Roman, who probably one of my favorite little smaller guys. You know, he won the belt in Japan, went back over to Japan, defended the belt. So, and his fighting style has got him a lot of respect over in Japan. Japan hates him because he beats their fighters, but they show him so much respect over there. Now he's making his first stateside defense of his title, his second defense of his title, his first stateside defense. He's going against Moises Flores. 25-0 with 17 KOs. Is he really undefeated? That fight with Guillermo Rigondeaux was charged to a no contest. So if you're wondering who the hell Moises Flores was, that's who he is. Remember the punch after the bell with Guillermo Rigondeaux and the guy laid on the ground? That's who's fighting. That's who Moises Flores is. He's fighting Daniel Roman. 24-2, 1 draw with 9 KOs. I think this should be an interesting fight because Moises is a tall, lanky fighter. He's 5'9", 69-inch reach. He's gonna have Daniel's 5'5.5", so he's gonna have a 3.5-inch height on him, an 1.5-inch reach on him. So with that higher, he's 31 years old, so he has a little bit of a more of a, well, 31-28 is about the same, but with the knockout power that he's possessed, 25-0 with 17 knockouts, with that height and reach, he's going to be punching down on Daniel. So it's going to be interesting. He comes forward. He's not a keep your distance type fighter. He doesn't box behind the jab like he should with that height. He's, like I said, for a super bantamweight, Moises is a tall fighter, lanky, rangy, but he doesn't use it well. He likes to come at you and try and punch you down. While Daniel's an overall pretty damn good fighter. Good body game. He throws all the punches. He works behind a jab. He doesn't come in straight lines and stuff. So footwork and legs, I'm going to go with Daniel. I think he has better. He takes in, he comes in straight. He exits on angles. He gets good leverage from his punches through his legs. But I think while Moises just kind of comes forward and just plot, and follows you around. So I think footwork, setting himself up for the next punch, is Daniel. Powers through his legs. I'm going Daniel for that checkbox. Defensively, Moises throws punches, and the fact that he's tall, he leaves himself. He fights tall, and he leaves himself to be open. You know, he throws and his head's gonna be there. He doesn't feint much. He doesn't slip too many punches. Daniel has a nice tight guard. You know, he tries to weave himself in. He doesn't just always hit and target. He's not gonna give you a slippery type motion. He's not gonna slip a lot of punches. He's gonna be right in front of you, just trying to make you miss. Offensively, I go with Daniel. If I want to pick someone on defense, I'm going to go with Daniel. Offensively, for the height and reach that Moises had, he doesn't use a jab. He doesn't fight behind his jab. And his jab, unless he worked on it, you know, when he fought Escandado, he fought Guillermo Rigondeaux, and he fought that little Castillo. I've seen all 3 of those fights on PBC. He hasn't had the greatest amount of jabs. You know, he's like I said, he's a come forward stereotype Mexican style fighter. And I think Daniel, you know, he's seen that style a lot, especially going over in Japan. Japan's boxers are very similar to Mexican boxers. They like to come forward, they work the left hook to the body, they're behind a jab, and they fight inside really well. And being at the breakdown, I'm going to go with Daniel on a knockout. I'm going Daniel with a championship rounds knockout. I don't see Moises being able to keep Daniel on the outside or give him in trouble. I think Daniel's going to go in to smother the reach of Moises, and just how he won the fight and defended, just how he won his belt and defended the belt, he's going to go inside and he's going to work the body of Moises. And I think eventually he's going to wear Moises down with pressure, body work, hooks to the head, jab, working himself in behind a jab, and Moises just phone booth firepower ain't going to be able to do it on the back foot. And eventually, like I said, I'm going with like a 10th, 11th round stoppage. Knockout by Daniel Roman, and still WBA Super Bantamweight champion. That is Mr. A's prediction right here on the RT Boxing Show, the Ready Talk Boxing Show with me, Mr. A. And again, this fight is on. It's the co-main event on the Errol Spence taking on Carlos Ocampos. It should be a good fight. It's in Dallas, Texas. It's a heavy Mexican crowd. They're going to be sitting this. They should have heavy support for Daniel Roman. He's a good-ass fighter. I just wish Ugas could have made the cut. So he's a good fighter, rangy, power, and like I said, he's going to be fighting Errol Spence soon. So for all his Errol Spence fan base to see this guy, they're like, oh shit, it would have been a good sell. Hopefully a good enough crowd is there to see him. RT Box, I'm your host, Mr. A. Thank you for your support.